There is a moment that reveals more about a person than years of conversation ever could. It's not when everything is going well. It's not when life feels predictable or safe. It's the moment when things start to fall apart, when voices rise, when urgency fills the air, when people rush, react, overthink, and panic. And somehow, in the middle of all that chaos, you stay calm. Not frozen, not detached, calm. And if you've ever wondered why that happens, why your nervous system doesn't follow the same pattern as everyone else's, the answer goes much deeper than personality. It lives in psychology, experience, perception, and a kind of inner wiring that most people never develop. When others panic, their minds narrow. They become reactive, impulsive, emotionally flooded. Panic is not just fear, it's fear multiplied by loss of control. It's the brain believing that something terrible is happening and that it must act immediately, even without clarity. But when you stay calm, something different is happening inside you. Your mind does not collapse inward, it expands. You don't rush to escape the discomfort. You sit inside it, you observe it. You remain present while others are trying to run from the feeling itself. One of the core reasons you stay calm is because you don't confuse urgency with importance. Many people assume that because something feels intense, it must be handled immediately and emotionally. You've learned, consciously or not, that intensity often clouds judgment. So instead of matching the emotional volume of the moment, you lower it. You instinctively create space between stimulus and response. That space is everything. It's where clarity lives. Staying calm doesn't mean you don't feel stress. It means you process it differently. While others externalize their anxiety, you internalize and organize it. Your body may feel the surge, the adrenaline, the tension, but your mind doesn't hand over control. You've learned that panic rarely solves problems. Calm does. And because of that, your nervous system has adapted to treat chaos as a signal to slow down, not speed up. This trait often forms early. Many people who remain calm under pressure grew up in environments where emotional volatility was common. When chaos is familiar, panic loses its novelty. At some point, you realize that reacting emotionally didn't improve outcomes. It might have even made things worse, so you adapted. You learned to stay steady while others lost balance. What began as a coping mechanism became a strength. Another reason you stay calm is that you have a high tolerance for uncertainty. Panic thrives on the unknown. People panic when they don't know what will happen, when outcomes feel out of control. You, on the other hand, have made peace with not knowing. You understand that uncertainty is a permanent part of life, not an emergency. This acceptance keeps your mind flexible. Instead of demanding immediate answers, you focus on what can be done now, in this moment. There is also a deep trust in yourself beneath your calmness. You may not consciously think it, but somewhere inside, you believe that you will handle whatever comes. This belief doesn't come from arrogance, it comes from experience. You've survived difficult situations before. You've seen yourself think clearly when it mattered, so when panic tries to take over, it finds no fertile ground. Your calm is rooted in self-trust. When others panic, they often look outward for guidance, reassurance, or someone to blame. When you stay calm, you look inward first. You regulate yourself before engaging with the situation. This self-regulation is a hallmark of emotional intelligence. You don't ignore emotions, but you don't let them hijack you either. You acknowledge fear without obeying it. Your calmness also comes from perception. You see problems as systems, not catastrophes. While others see a single overwhelming threat, you break situations down into parts. What is actually happening? What is within control? What is not? This analytical framing reduces emotional overload. Panic feeds on vague danger. Calm thrives on clarity. Interestingly, people who stay calm often feel emotions more deeply than those who panic. The difference is expression. You don't amplify emotion outwardly, you contain it. This containment is not suppression, it's management, like holding a powerful engine steady instead of letting it spin out of control. This internal discipline makes you appear unshakable, even when you're feeling a lot beneath the surface. Another layer to this is responsibility. Many calm individuals carry a strong sense of responsibility for outcomes, not appearances. When things go wrong, you focus on resolution, not reaction. You understand that emotional chaos rarely helps those who are depending on you. Whether consciously or instinctively, you step into a stabilizing role. Your calm becomes an anchor for others, even if they don't realize it. You may have noticed that in emergencies, people often gravitate toward you. They may not know why, but they sense it. Calm is contagious. When someone remains steady, it signals safety. Your presence alone can lower the emotional temperature of a room. This isn't about being superior, it's about being regulated. Staying calm also means you're comfortable with the silence. When panic hits, many people talk excessively, trying to think out loud, to release tension, to regain control. You don't need that. You can think quietly. You can pause without discomfort. This ability to be still in intense moments gives you an advantage. While others are reacting, you are assessing. If you're listening to this and recognizing yourself, it's important to understand something. This calmness is not accidental. It's the result of psychological development. And understanding it more deeply allows you to protect it rather than doubt it. Staying connected to insights like this helps you trust what you already embody, and subscribing becomes a way of continuing that understanding rather than questioning it. There is also a moral dimension to your calm. You don't escalate situations unnecessarily. You don't feed chaos with more chaos. You understand that emotions are powerful and you treat them with respect. You choose restraint not because you're afraid to feel, but because you understand the consequences of unchecked reaction. Panic often comes from a fear of loss. Loss of control, loss of identity, loss of safety. You've likely faced loss before, maybe more than once. And instead of breaking you, it taught you something essential, that even when things fall apart, you remain. This realization changes everything. When you no longer fear falling apart internally, external chaos loses its grip. Another reason you stay calm is because you don't personalize chaos. When something goes wrong, many people interpret it as a reflection of themselves. Panic follows. You separate events from identity. A problem is a problem, not a verdict on who you are. This psychological distance keeps emotions from spiraling. Your calmness can sometimes be misunderstood. People may think you don't care. They may think you're detached or unemotional. In reality, you care deeply, but you've learned that care does not require panic. In fact, panic often interferes with genuine care. You show concern through action, not emotional display. Over time, this way of being can feel isolating. When others bond through shared panic or emotional intensity, you may feel out of sync. You may wonder if something is wrong with you, but the truth is, your nervous system is simply calibrated differently. And in a world that often confuses loud emotion with depth, that difference can feel lonely. If this resonates, it's worth staying with these ideas. Understanding yourself at this level isn't common, and continuing to explore it keeps you grounded. Subscribing becomes less about content and more about staying aligned with insight that mirrors your inner experience. Staying calm also means you are future-oriented even in the present moment. While others are stuck in the immediate emotional impact, you are already thinking a few steps ahead. What will matter after this moment passes? What decisions will still make sense tomorrow? This temporal perspective reduces emotional urgency. You're not just reacting to now, you're preparing for later. There is a quiet courage in calmness. Panic is easy, it's instinctive. Calm requires discipline. It requires you to override primal reactions and choose presence instead. Every time you do this, you reinforce a powerful internal pattern. Over time, calm becomes your default, not because you're numb, but because you're practiced. You may also notice that you recover faster from stressful events. While others replay moments, ruminate, and emotionally relive them, you process and release. You extract lessons instead of reliving pain. This efficiency protects your mental health and preserves your energy. People who stay calm often have a strong internal compass. You know your values. You know what matters. When chaos hits, you don't lose direction. You may adjust your path, but you don't abandon your center. This stability makes you resilient. As you move through life, you may find yourself naturally stepping into roles where calm is needed. Not because you seek control, but because others sense your steadiness. Leadership often finds you rather than the other way around. And when it does, your calm becomes a quiet form of authority. If you're still listening, it's likely because this isn't just interesting, it's personal. Understanding why you stay calm helps you stop questioning it. It helps you stop apologizing for not reacting the way others expect. Staying connected to reflections like this, staying subscribed, ensures you continue honoring this part of yourself rather than diminishing it. In the end, staying calm when others panic is not about being unfeeling. It's about being anchored. It's about knowing that clarity lives on the other side of reaction. It's about trusting yourself enough to slow down when the world speeds up. And while panic shouts, calm endures. Quietly, reliably, powerfully.